Yeah, a lot of people actually want this year, but sometimes because we have different yardsticks for measuring what success is, for measuring what happiness is. So you probably just sit back and like, oh, what exactly did I gain in 2025? I didn't buy a car, I didn't build a house, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Measure success. It's even bad. Or what's here? And then the other person got a car and got a house. So you feel like in supplies, or you even made profit, you are into properties, you sold properties, you made a lot of money. But because someone else also sold property, and from the proceed of that person's sales, he or she bought a house. But because your own proceed could not or was not enough for you to buy a house, you probably didn't, you thought you've not won enough. And more than anything else, yes, God is the giver of life. But the fact that maybe by grace or by luck, you 365 out of 365, it's been a big year. 52 weeks we've run this show in 2025. Not a single day that made how you've been consistent the entire year in terms of quality of everything you put out there, in terms of the guest, in terms of the conversation, in terms of decision making. It's a different kind of win for people like us, and for the ones also, the fact that you're able to have people listen to you the entire year, every single time you put on your mic and you look at the profile of the guest you had on your show, people you're able to bring up to speak to Nigerians. It's also a different kind of win. So we always look at this. I could have done better. Definitely. Were there a lot of things I did that were not even part of the plans for the year? Definitely. But of course, were there a lot of things that I wanted to do that I didn't think I could do it that good, and then I did it even better than I expected? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So there's always something to be excited of December or the last few days. But I want to say congratulations to you that you've listened to this show from the first episode we had in 2020. Woke up today, said, oh, happy last day of 2025. And what's the time now? Studio time check is 10 minutes past the hour of 1. They've died. I'm sure you know that. Yeah, cool. So there's a lot to be excited about. And more importantly, the fact that you're moving into a new year. Well, for a lot of people, maybe me, let me put myself in this space. The excitement is not always as big, because I've always felt like, at 31st of December into 1st of January, just like 6th of June to 7th of June, it's just like 4th of May to 5th of May, it will probably end the 2026 worse than they started 2026. This is not me just being a pessimist. I'm just me telling you that it is the decisions you made in between these times that will make a difference. Yeah, you flip your calendar. Don't mean the air will change on the 1st of January. It's still going to be the same thing, but it is the choices you made, it is the decisions you made that will determine how that transition will be seamless for you, and how you would come back on the 31st of December 2026 to also take stock and thank God for the year, celebrate yourself, celebrate the people around you, and more importantly, celebrate God for keeping you alive and counting you worthy to have survived all of the hustle and bustle, the ups and downs, the roller coaster of 2025, surviving in Nigeria. I've always said it. Just like people outside of Lagos always think that if you can survive in Lagos, you can survive anywhere. And I always have that mindset as well, because by privilege, I mean, on our two guest says, on our two wives, this and that, And it's the same thing. Sometimes I feel like if you leave this country, you feel like the things that you probably think you couldn't even do, it becomes easier for you to do, because some of the things that you're worried about becomes a natural thing in a functional society. You're waking up, you're thinking about for security in front of the estate. You're thinking of how to pay for disposal. You're thinking of how to save money for emergency in case there's any medical emergency. Then you transition into a society that a lot of those things are natural things. Your mindset will shift, because you're not thinking of food when you wake up in the morning. You're not thinking of, let me close my window before the people jump into. I remember there was a project I handled for one of my uncles a couple of years back. So when he came back to Nigeria, and then he saw the burglary, and he was like, how come there's so much burglary? He said it in your brother, kill and protect. Like, what are you protecting? That it's not safe, that we should remove the burglary. I told him, I said, leave these burglaries, and then this and that, take the burglary, no trouble. Less than 3 months, they called him, that uncle, they burgled your house. It was even an uncompleted project then. He said they burgled your house, so the pumping machine that they bought and the used PVC, they've carried everything. Wow. It's the last edition of the show for the year, but it is one that also promised to come with so much. I would have a soundbite. The governor of Abia State, His Excellency Alex Oti, has spoken about the imminent defection, exactly, of the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, 2019 vice presidential candidate of the PDP, talking about His Excellency. Some of the significant political decisions that are led the conversation on the show today from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is consistently so. You've made appearances in the studio on this mainland 98.3 FM. It's been a constant conversation around development, around nationhood, around how we can contact. People don't send in their requests, their contribution, their concerns about this country. It's a good time to look around and ask ourselves, how big has the year been for us politically? But aside forward, what a year it's been. Good to have you join us on the show.
An amazing run. I don't think there's any other thing that would have continued to push us to do what we're doing. Sometimes you wake up, matter, you look at the motivation, you're looking for something to get you going, and there's really nothing because you look around yourself. Sometimes you come on radio dealing with your own personal problems, but once the mic is on, the training is that, look, whatever is disturbing
the
you,
show must go on.
The show must go on. So, and you have to put your mind at what you're doing, because the reason why we try to also create some comic relief while we have some of these very, very serious discussions. So, we thank God for a lot of dangers have passed us by that we're never aware of, so we will only continue to push on with what has officially defected to the ADC. The event is happening live as we speak. Yeah, it's an official defection. He's had his opening statement. Very powerful statement, if you ask me. Very, very powerful, instructive statement from Mr. Gregory Peter Obi, who has now officially joined the African Democratic Congress. He's resigned officially, according to him, from the Labour Party, and he has said that, look, it's going to be back. Was when he said that, look, we're not going to wait till after elections to begin to check who has gone to school or who has not gone to school, so that they will not tell us in court that is a pre-election matter. Now we have enough time before the elections, almost 1 year, to know who has gone to school and who has not gone to school. That, for me, sets the tone for the kinds of campaign and political fireworks we're going to see in 2026. So I hope that we're going to have a beautiful show.
Yeah, I was also watching. In fact, I had to switch to streaming the the ceremony live when I had to come to the office, and it's still ongoing. Yeah, and one significant thing that a lot of people had also put up in terms of the comment. But we'll also look at the pros and the cons of same. Is this obviously, is this the end of the Labour Party? Senators have moved from the party to different political parties, and the very recent of them is the FCT Senator Riti Kingibe, that also moved to the ADC. Yeah. And so we'll also look at it as we head into 2026. How significant is that position? Does the grand entry of Peter Obi into the ADC, does it in any way inspire other active politicians, in quotes now? I'm talking about 7 governors, 7 senators, the ADC, a bigger flesh as a coalition to also the entire bulk of the whole conversation around the election will be done in 2026, beginning from tomorrow, beginning from the address of the president on the 1st of January, beginning from nomination, indication of interest, we will just prepare, listen to the propaganda or the manifesto, whichever way you call it, and then we'll go vote in 2020. So much bundled into the new year. But let's listen to the governor of Abia State, a suspended factional member of the Labour Party. He said this about Peter Obi's defection to the ADC. One would come back, a chronicle on how the year unfolded, from Rivers State's declaration of state of emergency to the screening of the nominations for the ambassadors, to the tax reforms that will kick off officially tomorrow. All of these and more. Stick around. You're live on mainland 98.3 FM, Midweek Politics, 1 to 3 p.m. every Wednesday. But of course, this is the last edition of the show for the year 2025. What a year it's been. What a run we've had on the show.
chaos. It's easy to bring normalcy and redecorate. It's more difficult.
The General Executive to the Judiciary, Legislature, Media, and the people organize labor and civil society organizations, issues that will continue.
But and let me tell you, I've told the PDP in some locations that, gentlemen, be careful. Better men have founded parties that have gone into oblivion. Where's the party of Awolowo? Where's the party of Azikwe? Where's PRP of Rimi? Political parties must be nurtured, they must be reinvented, they must be true to
Join
their own
Okoyemi Akinyode and Said Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday. The top engaging interviews, in-depth analysis on all matters around politics, policies, and governance.
So let's situate the question properly. If you remember, I joined the Labour Party before Peter. Okay? So I remained in Labour Party, and I told him that I'll have to continue the struggle to rescue the Labour Party. That is the party that brought me to power. If we fight and get to the end, we can retrieve Labour Party, then we can now.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to Midweek Politics live from Uti. Saying that he got into Labour Party before Peter Obi, and the Labour Party brought him into government as the governor, and he has given Peter Obi his blessings when he informed him that he's leaving the Labour Party for the ADC, and that he's going to remain in the ADC, and whatever conversation happens from there in terms of choices or options, but for now, he's still a member of the Labour Party. But aside for that, let's go straight up into this one. There's been a lot of political events that's molded 2025. So when we say it's a roller coaster year, that means there's been ups and downs in between. Sometimes we just feel like we're floating of 2025. And I think for political observers and go to the ADC, that's significant is this event at today's Side Forward.
A very big one. Probably one of the biggest political moves, if you ask me, in 2025. This, in my own estimation, 2027 elections, and I think it's going to shape things. The conversation is going to shape the political conversation. It's going to shape the political. Mr. Peter Obi, when he said, "Look, I've been a part of the coalition, even though I was a member of the Labour Party. I've always been a member, a part of the what? Of the coalition. But today, I have officially resigned." The performance of Mr. Peter Obi the last time, okay, I say the performance of Mr. Obi is big, because again, you ask yourself in the north, and with what Mr. Peter Obi polled in the last election, it's a big deal. I'm sure that, look, we're not going to see serious opposition politics. That who's going to be the running mate. I don't know how politicians sort out their issues. I don't know what they do before they make their moves. But that's what he was going to do. Yes, we've seen him with the Labour Party, ADC. Again, the significance of doing it on the last day of 2025, for me, is also to send the message that, look, I will not leave where I belong, where I stand, and what I'm going to do. So I think it's been able to in Enugu State. I think it's also about the fact that, look, there's a history to it. I think one leader, I've forgotten his name, it's going to be 90 years. One of the leaders of note in the East said that, look, Enugu was where Ojukwu declared Biafra. And so for Igbos, Enugu holds
a significant root in their history.
In their history. And so call the federal might that comes with being in the ruling party. If there's one, naturally
across board,
even beyond the shores. I want people to listen to me carefully. If there's one following, almost like that cult-like followership, cleared for him, they accepted his leadership. If he tells them, but if you want to look at the kinds of following that has got that, whatever he tells me to, surprised that he was able to win in Lagos, win in Abuja. He won in Plateau State. So it's clear today that, look, the political track push extractions, more fire, more vibrancy to the ADC. The ultimate 6 months, Nigerians must begin to understand where the ADC will be positioning itself on who's going to be on top of their ticket for the presidency. Because again, the primaries are going to come this year. Remember that the primaries come in the year preceding the election year. Unless something changes or we change our constitution, the elections are still going to come up in February, March. Unless maybe elections will be February, March 2027. So, real politics is going to start. Hardcore politics will start. We don't know what indicates that he wants to give it like a final shot. So, if Atiku is going to run, but Okwemi is going to be a big one, was throwing what you can call a silent jab, and was trying to make a joke.
Let me hold your thoughts.
All right.
I think, like I said,
I don't know what Governor Alex Otti, it may be something a bit strategic here this year eventually.
Maybe, let's see how it goes.
But if you ask me today, there's no Labour Party.
Yes. A lot of people that won election on the platform of the APC,
especially won in Labour Party in 2023.
That's where I'm going to.
You're just a Peter
Majority of the people, I mean, I've had conversation on the Honorable about the most viable local elite in Lagos. One would expect that maybe a bigger or better.
Who were the people against him? Banky
Honorable Banikoro and all of that. But
and he defeated them.
There was a movement. It was a wave. A lot of people, got their political of that. But 2 years down the line, the problem started, and from Lamidi Papa to what's the name now? I try to remember the cast. I've left the Labour Party for both the APC and the ADC. The only one serving senator now being Senator Ireti Kingibe. But side for
that tweet, you were talking about the tweet of Kester.
Yeah, I'm going to lead it into it now. There is now that Peter Obi is officially bring up in the next couple of months.
Peter Obi being on top of the ticket.
Peter Obi El-Rufai combination. Peter Obi being on top of the ticket.
Okay.
Presidential candidate in 2019 on the platform of the PDP. Could we also possibly have that conversation? Or perhaps it could be, if the Northerners truly think that they want to take it back, could it be El-Rufai and that? There are words that we cannot use on race and all of that. But which of the scenario do you think could possibly play out? Atiku Abubakar is most likely going to give it a shot just to go into the primaries with it. So which of the worst case scenario do we think could eventually play out in 20? Could leading the ticket with Peter Obi, that could probably be the guarantee of the pathway to an Igbo or Peter Obi presidency. And I'm very careful with saying an Igbo any president. That's the number 3 citizen. And that's the fact. Be a northern and the southern combination, or a southern and the northern combination. Which of this scenario is likely going to play out next year, side forward?
Well, as my political crystal ball to predict, to begin to say, okay, well, it could be Atiku Obi, the meetings they are holding amongst themselves and what they are seeing that we may not be seeing at this time. But there's one thing, a showing that, I don't know if you are listening to me, decent showing that can possibly
as the flag bearer or the running mate.
That's all I can say. Every other ticket that comes up
it forward. And I'm sure a lot of the obedient movement.
Yes.
A leading strong presidential candidate in 2023.
Yeah.
And he still recently said that he won the election in 2023.
It's not about what he's saying.
No, I know. He's with the 6.1 million votes. Do you think truly does this express the fear that I think a lot of people are having in terms of Peter Obi not being an active member of or being involved in any major political primaries?
Be out to align the interest of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Peter Obi. It's just the biggest step down for Obi to step down for Atiku.
What are your intentions?
And look at the bigger picture. And I keep saying that, look, you might not political space in Nigeria is the fact that he understands timing and he understands timing. Just Mr. Peter Obi must be on the ticket of the ADC, is the APC. Any ticket but will be other as his run. You just watch the flag bearer or the running mate. But it would be a stronger and I'll tell you why. And get
Maybe Peter will be Rufai.
I don't know about Rufai because again, Rufai for me, it's not to say that Peter Obi should not make the mistake of bringing Dati Baba Ahmed. It's not to go and begin to look for a data. This is a political joke. Doors, people who can, get the political elite in the north who can
listen to them,
have their ears. That Peter Obi should be the option. It is also good that Mr. Peter Obi, whether they believe said it, that look, I'll be ready to serve for only 4 years.
He said he won't do more than a day more than 4 years.
He said it
to that commitment,
to buy into it and now help him to
sell that commitment
of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu today. Apart from him, it becomes a problem because it's like, oh, why don't you just allow
political conversation, no sentiment,
thing that the APC has as some form of advantage. We've had conversations with North, and then let us have our 8 years. Why don't you just allow the South complete, and so just let Tinubu complete the 8 years of the South, and then we can have power return properly. Problem if ADC gives his ticket to Atiku, not cease of the political ambition of Atiku ahead of 2027. For Mr. Peter Obi, there's also that sentiment of, oh, can you? I think it was Soludo that even said this. Now it was one of his kinsmen.
That anybody that says you spend 4 years need to have his,
and say you want to use 4 years
when you have the chance constitutionally to do 4
more. So what then happens? I'm not going to wait for the East because the fear is that look, once Peter Obi becomes president, the conversation would be that, oh, for sake of equity, fairness, and justice. That's what hardcore politics here. Before you begin to talk about we are suffering in the political space, before it gets to the people, these are the permutations they put on the table. Apart from the position, and let me tell you, the sentiment of we are suffering has never won anybody know that look. Those kind of sentiments, conversations, and I keep shaving our political. I think Mr. Peter Obi has to be on the ADC ticket. Work to do to convince politicians they've said to ensure that they would have to decide what he wants to do, because the reason why we are still doubting if Peter Obi can get it, doubting. I think it's articles, Nigerians, sentiments in town, coming, good addition to also identify with the ADC.
Some are very, very funny statements in Nigeria right now. And the 5 years, 30, Tim Amicha at some point was speaker, former commissioner in Lagos. Peter Obi is back. The ones you attribute, it's about president, counting down to who's president, because are booked out. Does he have that shy away from people that can find out? Does he have that cloud? 2 questions. The obedient movement, will Peter Obi himself have that pull to move people into
beyond emotion? The only reason why forward is because of the obedience movement, if you ask me. And in terms of doing what you can call a critical town, regional interest and sentiment, let us, by all the political calculations in the ADC eventually, think that commonsensically, from the figures, from the analysis, almost as clear as daylight, sentiment to stand a chance, or is not loved by his people. Regional interest. That look, I was part of this, that the adopted must understand to the leaders within the party and their followers. I said it's a long walk to victory. It's still aligned interest to do as a political party. See, Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians, they are more than anything, and would ever support one of our seniors on TV, one of our seniors, have a ruling party. People are potting from the opposition into have a multi-party democracy. But structurally and in reality, look, there's already, in fact, I think it's even in the papers that the deputy speaker and some political big sweets in father is not joining Mr. Peter Obi, even though he has said that Peter Obi told him.
Any Labour Party won the local
himself
government.
used like I delegate offer for him to come into the APC around the tax and what have you.
Leave this conversation very quickly, but I mean in about 36.684 million, and that's about % of the total vote cast, and of course another million votes. But if you put the total votes and holding on to that, both of them are that he moves with him everywhere it goes to, can you comfortably say side forward from your earlier submission that Peter Obi has those cult-like followers? Can you 9 million votes he has in the bag in 2023? Can this be
counts or not going into 2027? Again, amount to nothing if the electoral process is flawed. Because again, you're going to be working with artificial figures, fraudulent figures at the end of the day. So figures only matter if elections are conducted free. I'm not sure that we have a transparent, free, fair, credible elections. Then we're just wasting our time. So that the election is free, fair, and credible. Then let's work with the figures now. So should we base it on the assumption that we have free? These figures matter. Because I'm telling you that I don't think Mr. Peter will be as
Congress by the faction of the campaign. I'm talking about their represent
without Peter Obi's momentum. Those are people that would not have been able to win any election. So the political 4 years, me sure.
National cake.
Yes, it's just so what does they have any political? Who are the people? Can you even read their name? They don't have any political value in reality. Those were people, I've had people who have said that, it's about him more. Peter Obi momentum was going to come.
Exactly.
I've seen friends who say, oh, what a big mistake on our part. We didn't see it coming. Look, I am sure a Banky W who to the APC, it is just most of them will not even get the ticket of the APC. Appears very organic. One part organic, one part induced. If you now understand what I'm saying. That of Mr. Peter Obi, there was nothing inducing about it. But and if it being organic means that they are organic, there are people who always be they are the articulators.
It's years of consistency.
What denies that look.
I probably feel like there's always money when election comes.
The man has got a lot to put it to. So when I use the word induce, you can define it the way you want to define it. Mobilization, lobby,
incentive,
day, the same day. But if you never finish since 1992,
you know if you finish now.
It's a day. I don't think Atiku in the north now would have 2027. So whatever may have fallen off from his own conclusion again about the candidate, Peter Obi must be on that ticket. I say it's a must.
Should the and members of the ADC playing down, whatever Peter Obi comes to the table with, and you also didn't answer that part where I said, does he have the clouds to move people into the ADC?
I don't know, really, because he was always talking like that. If you continue to see, Seyi Makinde, we don't know whether it is true, but for him to have said the president said me organize or your state. So what it means is that
on your own.
They've done it in other states too, where you cross and automatically they dissolve the structure of the party for the governor to take it over. So, and if the president also has said recently that sweeps to real, internal democracy like that, they will tell you it's internal democracy, there's no opposition, but there will be opposition.
There must be opposition.
We must all ensure that we do everything possible. Anything different, there's no difference. I think I'm going to repeat it today again. The fact that we are talking about a new man in the political scene, it's not as if it's not a show. What we are saying is that, look, as bad as it may be, we will be killing this democracy completely if we don't invent in ideology, philosophy, and thinking. Or that what you can call an autocratic system of government where it's just one political party really functioning properly. Just imagine, Okwemi, that in that National Assembly, we still don't have opposition at all. Nobody would have known that they altered the tax law now. It is because there are still, that's why we can see that Suki from Sokoto State PDP, everybody is on the same page. So I'm not saying that the kind of multi-party democracy we have would take us out of the woods, compare electoral process. We are calling for reforms. We could one day get to the point where we're going to see political parties emerge with different who understand what it is to run the party democracy. We are getting it right, not because we are supporting them to win. As journalists, we are not supporting any political. Peter Obi said today, he talked about all manner of places here to what the APC is doing. So we are waiting for them. They will come with their manifesto and what the APC is doing. The only thing I think he talked about, Mr. Peter Obi, today was that, look, he is against any form of new taxes on Nigerians when there is this level of poverty. That you can't be able to pay those taxes. So maybe that can count for he may not be going. What was he going to do differently with electricity? Security.
Public infrastructures.
We are going to need details. These vague, whether they like it or not. If they like, they say with their mouth. Again in 2027, we'll ask them, Elo4 where are we on that? We will ask. We'll continue to ask. Not a campaign promise. Where are we on that? Difficult for us to ask them. Where are we on that one? It will reduce our borrowing. We'll have it will now begin to benefit the poor. We'll ask them ahead of 2027.
And I'm sure, and I hope,
You just want to come and continue to just throw have changed. The first one. At that point, we are buying for 195. Amagbewale. What does it mean?
bring it even as against that promise.
As against that promise, it's not just for you to waive it as. We remove subsidy. Money to better your lives. We remove they like the president, they don't like the president. People have to pay more. They are not paying enough. Once we are able to do that, what was the promise, Okoyemi? Promise Nigerians, if I cannot guarantee you, who ask them again, where are we on that one? Priority, where were we? What were the promises? The promises they made to Nigerians. The coalition ADC must also be ready. And Nigerians are suffering, we are suffering. All those rates to me are making stunts. You should not bring it here. Yeah, he is suffering. No. What to return subsidy? If you're not returning the subsidy, what do you want to do? With taxes, what? The mechanizing farming, mechanizing farming
since the days of Adobe.
So we never mechanize anything. Nothing is tracking anything anywhere. Oh, where they will say they want to do something and they will do it. Oh, the only one you have now is just mere sloganeering. The same thing with campaign. Don't you will see that all the campaign of our lives. Is that how we're going to continue to live our lives? The figures are looking good.
Better than you were in 2024, 31st of December.
And so, okay. The idea of Nigerian paying taxes, is it?
You'll be happy as this new policy.
So nobody is saying that
if you have been a taxpayer, you will be happy.
Why Nigerians are even reluctant to pay taxes?
It's because they
say that, look, some of the things taxpayers' money do in other crimes, when you tell Nigerians about it, they run differently. Something. And he said he fell sick, money to a major surgery. And in it, very simple. This is for you. But you know what? Story of a young lady with us who, in countries where the taxes of the people work for them. Countries where taxes of the people work for them. Because again, why a lot of us are a bit skeptical about the
I tell you that there's
with he's just ready to do the do. Abi, is it not
continue?
So you know they can with the level of corruption in reality we are not careful. And that's why Nigerians we are not new to this thing. That the whole state does not have an ambulance. You know, it's
side forward. That truck is still there.
The truck is still there on that road.
That's
the standard look. And you know the sad part of this conversation is that for people who listen to some of us, they think, oh, maybe we are short. The leg connects. In fact, some of the connections we avoid them. Oh, mockery. See why you are still a second citizen. So when you tell people that taxes are paid, it will be judiciously used to better the lives of the people. Where is the guarantee, Okoyemi? It's the question we're asking ourselves. Not that people don't want to. People of the whistle, blast of the whistle, has already failed the integrity test. It has been altered. You are insisting that it must go on. Okay, no problem. But it will be on record that we pointed any part of the law that have been altered. I'm saying, where have you kept your ears all this while? So with everything available that we have said, we told ourselves to some of those things. But all we are saying is that look, ahead of 2027, vague statements with what you can call these high-flying promises. We'll do. Let us always bring the how before them. When they always ask the how and why. As we ask the why, without that, I don't think we're going to make any meaningful progress.
Declaration of the former Mr. Peter Gregory will be at the camp. Well, the die is cast. Well, the timing is very perfect. That I remember there was a certain governor, or former governor rather, that came in the middle of this year and all of that, laid to rest today officially. So there is Rotimi Amaechi, there's David Mark, there's a lot of people within the coalition that maybe is growing every day. I'm sure maybe before the time was live in the studio here, that will he be joining the coalition, but it's looking more like it. It's looking more like he's going to follow his principle to the ADC. But all of those will continue to unravel and unfold. Well, it's a big story. It's a breaking story. It's a developing story that the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter, does that put the political calculation of Atiku Abubakar? Rotimi Amaechi said it's not VP primaries, but I'm sure he would even want to choose the VP as we move deep into the political space. I'm seeing all of your messages on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and our weeks of political conversation. 120 minutes. It has only been because.
Good afternoon and happy New Year in advance.
Thank you. Same to you.
If you watch, it's just sometimes I don't call, but when you people come on, people to call to defend the APC, people are paid. I can tell you someone attack on APC on radio, TV. So when you mention it, I said, okay, this guy was saying the truth. On one of the radio, elderly father that talks with two sides of his mouth, saying that the center of the universe, bless you. I just hope you will not be like, you will not, I don't think you'll be enticed, you both of you, to be enticed to be like a Renomokri. But let me ask you, where's Femi, was it Shebaba spokesman? Where is he now?
Yeah, we don't know. Some of his, talking about the son man.
In fact, you said something. Nigerians one day will call both the one in the great Christmas and New Year.
Christmas has gone.
Yeah, that don't go.
We read roof 4. I guess spoke like ADC champion. His party structure is also a big advantage. On social media. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. God bless you guys and your station. You people are really chartered accountant while he's higher education, while in the higher institution. Yeah. See you all next year. Thank you very much. And commonwealth of the citizens are being stolen by the corrupt police. They were the ones buying and believing that this government has something of meaningful impacts to make, while some people would suffer. Wants to make any remarkable impact into quagmire Tinubu has plunged us into. Kudos Magboro. Good afternoon to you guys. When you build your government on lies, eye service, and propaganda, then you can never be accountable to you. Mr. Lekon from Lagos, thank you very much. I can't mention the station, but you said because those were the journalists supporting this. Thank you. But these are messages who put me in trouble if I don't feel that. Same ideologies like the current administration. Are we happy with the hardship of the people? The event happening in Enugu on Peter Obi's defection to the ADC, and I'm also listening to you guys. I'm so happy with the development in Nigerian politics. So happy that Peter Obi joined the ADC as the president and the vice. He has my support 100% enthusiastically. As an obedient, I've told myself the political truth. I can't be so naive to the ticket and Peter Obi as running mate. Although Obi El-Rufai will be the worst option, which I won't vote. Atiku I made Peter Obi, and I will vote and still do my agent's work. Governor Oti will still join the ADC, but not now. That's James from Agbado Junction. Okay, this one says, good afternoon to you. Peter Obi's move to the ADC is another big hope to Nigerians, and it is left for we Nigerians to rally around and Nigerians. If you fail come 2027 to vote ADC in power, we're completely in for bigger problem. That's Tunde from Magboro. Okay, thank you very much. I congratulate Peter Obi for joining the ADC, and I'm quite happy for him, and he has managed to bet his political ship neatly in a political party, because for a moment I was afraid that he might end up politically displaced, considering the situation's point. In other words, leave Tinubu alone and face your own party. The most important task at hand is mobilizing ADC members as the best possible candidate, as well as demonstrate to Nigerians that he can defend and indeed manage the complexity that is called. Brilliantly analyze how they would fix power in 2015 and other sectors up till now. What is the situation of things? They behave as they like. That's Rashid from Ajegunle. James will be some call. 0913-600-0410. Hello, good afternoon.
From Alakwa. I've always been so I've never failed to be part of this program, even though I hardly get through. So today I said I must get. I just to focus on making sure I get through today and put in, especially Said Fuad. You are wonderful.
Thank you.
You are an analyst. I compare with the likes of understand what politics is all about in Nigeria. The way you play, person goes after him. In fact, the way your analysis is very clear, and whoever wants to be realistic and see things the way it is in Nigeria today will know that you are quite on point. Thank you, and may you guys continue the good job.
Thank you very much. 0913-600-0410. Aside for the messages we have here today, I'm not even sure we can take 10% of them, but let's pick more calls here.
My name is Florence from Ibupeju.
You're welcome, Madam Florence. Compliment of the season
Happy
to
New
you.
Year in advance.
Same to you.
Honestly, I was here listening to you. I was nodding my head. They have thrown it to our faces. And thank God, at last, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi has finally declared the party he will be running a business. Because they are scared. I thank God he has done that. And I pray that Nigerians, we are going to sit up, ask questions like you said, and know the right move to take. May God continue to bless you people as you are keeping us upright.
Thank
to
you.
know the right thing to do. God bless you people.
And God bless you too. Obi on the ticket is just playing to the gallery. Okay, thank you very much. First off from Mɪᴅ says good platform to get the right results. The APC would people into the ADC as well. Thank you very much. That's Festus from Mɪᴅ. More messages. Good afternoon, Alaji Fuad and Okpe. A good one from Obi for join will join soon. That's Rahim from Agege. One of the biggest new below has indicated interest to run for Kogi Central Senatorial District in 2027. And that is going to be very interesting. He still has a case pending the FCC, by the way.
Well,
let's see the end of the year now.
Maybe 2026. Maybe you go be PA on information, whatever.
People called on the show yesterday and said that Said Fawad should be prepared for an appointment next year.
The way Fawad they talk sometimes, we don't go here. One thing I want you guys to understand is that the politics that attached to 2023, those sentiments are no longer there. They are no more. Example, Solomonize Nigeria, they won't do this. We want to declare war. It's a war between this and that. Those things are no more. Hello, am I communicating?
Well, with you, Malam Salah.
Good. Yeah, Taraba State Governor, all that kind of thing. In 2023, Peter Obi won those things.
Why do you say he will not win again?
Their fear is that they want to influence Islam. You get
they want to wait now.
Okay,
you will talk just 1 minute. So their fear is that they want to use
that thing will not work. You see, let me tell you something, sir. Tinubu understand the sentiment that are coming. That is why he concentrated his politics in the south here, southwest, south, southeast. So if worse get to worse, is that he just channeled this into the northern region on 25%. Okay, if Atiku, because definitely Atiku will be the flag bearer of it. If Atiku have guarantee even with 25% in the southern states. No, political
yes, by won the state at the presidential election.
Good. We have this discussion with you in the middle.
Peter Obi win Lagos last time or not? We take Sanwo-Olu as APC governor.
He won.
And so how did you come to the conclusion that once you have a governor, you win the presidential? You said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I asked you a governor. Does it mean that
you've not answered?
I
want to ask you, sir. Are you telling me that when someone say we do good? At that point, may God give us long life. May God give us long life.
6 million
plus. I need to let
don't worry, Malam Salah. We'll talk again on political.
This is on Peter Obi's defection from LP to ADC. However, I bet the politics of ADC is all completed and concluded. Possibly the next thing is the typical primary election for presidential candidate for the party. It is a contest, dollar versus no shishi. Interesting one right there. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Mainland FM. It's Midweek Politics.
On the camp of Peter Obi to ADC, it's a welcome development. We're happy about it. I think 2007 is getting set. It's getting set in 19. And for Obi, he has thrown the politics. We APC supporters, we have accepted it. But I want to let him know, and the supporters, that it will be aura for aura. Lastly, those who are saying that you are paid.
Mr. Wale, he said aura for aura, media for media, whether social or mainstream. Interesting. In the videos of the enjoyment you people had, though.
Now we don't go now. This is well.
We work hard now. We should also relax a little bit. Peter Obi is officially joining the ADC and it's been long overdue. Now let us see what would become of Julius Abure, Lamidi Papa, and their Labour Party. Same as Seyi Makinde, Wike, and of course the PDP. The Obidians will do themselves. Peter Obi and well-meaning Nigerians a lot of favor by still. The political and some regional devils would still destabilize the government for him. But him starting with taking root as the VP, then the rest will be history. The way they almost ran into APC with the Rivers issue is still brewing. That was Grace. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Achogba Solomon from Ikeja. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Milan.
Very good afternoon to the two people in the studio.
Prince Wise.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Obi, very, very welcome to that party. That is a mad president of this country. I would then, anybody to a mass, it's my president because I'm loyal to Nigeria. So today, I'm supporting Tinubu. I think we said one thing the other time around. He said if the rotation was macro zone to southeast, Obi, as you are from southeast, and I step down for you. I want you to say that. But if you never say that, it means only the master regardless because even now, to be 2023, he won 16 states. Atiku won 21 states. Tinubu won 29 states. When you want 35% in every state, you have already won that state. If you believe in Lagos, it doesn't mean that other parties don't win in Lagos. So what I know very clearly, 2023 election is quite going to be different between 2027. So someone from my family would say, I want to defend my religion. So it won't take that coloration anymore. Because nothing like the religion problem in Nigeria today. What I know very clearly is that Obi, you are welcome. If you want 2027, it may God destiny to win. If you are to win, God destiny.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. This afternoon,
good to have you join us. Your name and where you calling from?
Side4, I greet you as well.
I greet you. Good afternoon.
My name is Doja Omotosho.
You're welcome.
We are going to ask questions. May God keep us till then.
Amen.
But take advice from a madman. 2, I will ask Atiku. Don't laugh now, I will ask Atiku about the Alibotting matter. Alibotting case.
It's a valid question. Why not?
And I will the party. Why not? Let's feel it directly. Those are
the right questions that we need to be asked.
To ask questions.
Side forward. We have so much to attend to, and I don't want to carry where they've kept the money and mark for census that is supposed to take place last year. I hope it has not been shared and swallowed by the Kalu government. Babatunde Fasanya on Facebook says, where are the funds saved from substitution fees in Federal University was less than 200,000 before Tinubu's presidency. I paid more than 350,000, not including hostel accommodation as a fresher in 2025. Many resounding failure, and that is my opinion and conviction. Babatunde Fasanya, thank you for your message. Good afternoon to you guys. My man of the year, Fuad. God bless you guys and your station. You people are okay. I record before we leave for the year. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Gope.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. But what do we do? You see them running around, kata. Buy this one, buy another one as usual. Buy no, sell our food, very much.
Thank you very much. John Bernardo, he says, I have nothing to say but to keep praying for you guys. For the great analysis that you are doing. Thank you very much. John, let's squeeze in this one. This could be the last call for the year. Who's the lucky one?
I'm the lucky one.
Your name and where you calling from?
You have Mr. Desmond on the line.
Mr. Desmond, thank you very much for closing the year with us on the show.
I must Mutifuri affair if Obi didn't. Not I don't know intimidated, but no let them not carry money to
let it be clean and clear.
Let it be clean and clear. If Tinubu
it shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be that bad. We all have to stay alive. Each discussion always. The question is, if Mr. Obi has the clout, is yes. The organic supporters have followed him by default. If free and fair election is allowed, the many 2023 APC supporters will follow Peter Obi. And Bola, to you, the crew, the president is not concerned about Nigerians, but the 2027 election. From Ijagemo says, after the late former president Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, we've never voted for a good person like him. Nigerians should please take note and vote wisely. Expectations. If it means politics, you know that the game is the game. Peter Obi's official response wants, let's keep our fingers crossed. The next couple of days would unravel a lot of things for us. Thank you for supporting us all through the year. 52 Wednesdays, we never missed a single one. Of course, Sage Babalola will be back by 4 o'clock for the final edition of the Situation Room for year 2025. And of course, I'll be back by 6 o'clock for the final episode of Sports Cruise for 2025. Stay safe and keep your dial logged only on me.